Good morning and welcome to Spoke TV. I'm Christina Bruce.
And I'm Stefan Singh.
This week, we're taking a look at what's been happening around the region. But first, let's go over what happened on the night the election results were revealed.
Tonight, U.S. voters have been voting all across the country, and tonight we're going to learn the results of who we select to be our next president.
Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? A decision that has been looming over America for a year. The 2016 election gained a crowd at the U.S. consulate in Toronto. They eagerly awaited to hear who the next American president was going to be. The night brought both awe and shock when it came to an end. Donald Trump has been named the 45th President of the United States. And now that we know the results, we go to Stephanie Gick, who takes a closer look at what people think about Trump being elected.
After a year of campaign, public debates, and promises of a different future, Americans finally had their say at the polls, and the results are in.
With Donald Trump defying the odds and winning the presidency of the United States, things could seem different for Canada in the future.
Allie Watson, a local political science graduate, believes a Trump presidency could have negative results, not just in Canada, but internationally.
We worked so hard as not only a country, but as a world, to try to make equality a front runner in everything. As women, different races, especially in Canada, we're so diverse. So we want to make sure that that equality is standing the front runner of everything.
Consul General Juan Alsace says that the relationship between Canada and the United States will remain strong.
We have often the same objectives on security, again on trade, on other issues. And so elections are important, but I think the overall nature of the bilateral relationship between the United States and Canada is so strong that it survives no matter who's in power on either side of the border.
Justin Fry is a former military private and believes that Canada has already seen this type of politics and won't be affected negatively by Donald Trump.
And we've already seen a little bit of that with the Conservatives, and we already fought against it. But now seeing it in the States is probably going to be beneficial.
Donald Trump's official inauguration is scheduled for January 20th. For Spoke TV, I'm Stephanie Gick.
Thanks, Stephanie. There's no doubt that the U.S. election had a lot of attention surrounding it. In the end, Donald Trump won with 290 electoral votes against Clinton's 232. We can see that the two candidates were neck and neck with popular votes, with only a 0.5% difference. Even when we take a look at gender and age, we see that the percentages stay around the mid-50s. 54% of women prefer Clinton, while 53% of men prefer Trump. The results show more people below the age of 45 voted for Clinton, while more people above 45 voted for Trump.
Now a topic that has caught the attention of many around the province. A heated debate on Guelph water taking place between Nestle and the Wellington Township. Spoke TV's Brittany Bordelon investigates the impact on the community.
Tensions rose at a debate held by City Council at Guelph City Hall Monday, November 7th. Residents of the community were invited to attend the meeting when the issue of Nestle's access to water for bottling was brought up for discussion. One expert on the topic, Robert Case, a board of director from Wellington Water Watchers, says groundwater removal most definitely will affect our community in the future.
So I think we got to get away from this language of the specific water take is sustainable because we're monitoring the flows and look at it in the bigger picture. And that's where I think water bottling has a particularly obvious negative impact.
Nestle Water's bottling plant is located in Aberfoyle and employs over 300 people. One Nestle employee, Ashley Royal of Guelph, attended the meeting Monday night and shared her thoughts on the backlash Nestle employees are receiving.
Well, I feel like we had just as much right, if not more, to be present because these are our jobs at stake.
Elizabeth Griswold from Canadian Bottled Water Association said over the phone that the water bottle industry is only one of many takers of groundwater.
Our volume taken by the bottled water industry in Ontario is less than 0.5%.
Guelph City Council will revisit this issue again on November 28th. Residents of the community are invited to sit in on the meeting. For Spoke TV, I'm Brittany Bordelon.
Thanks, Britt. Driving fast in residential neighborhoods and school areas is a danger to everyone. That's why speed bumps are an important part of road safety. Early last week, a 19-year-old was killed after he drove his car into a tree on Doon Valley Drive. A week later, at the crash site, there was still debris from the accident. The only information we know is the name of the victim, but speed must have been a factor. Speeding in neighborhoods and school areas has been a problem for the city of Kitchener, and to change this problem, in 2013, many vertical measures, such as speed humps, were put in place. Improved vertical measures are what could have prevented the accident on Doon Valley Drive last week.
It's that time of year again when mustaches are in full bloom in support of men's health. With Movember well underway, Adam Reinhart checked in with some Mobros to see how it's going and, of course, how it's growing.
The beginning of November brings bare branches on many trees, but you may also notice some growth. On men's upper lips, that is. November 1st, 2016 marked the start of the 13th annual Movember campaign, where men from more than 20 countries grow mustaches in an effort to raise money and awareness for men's health issues such as testicular cancer, prostate cancer, and mental health. For Colin Woodworth, a Cambridge native studying accounting and financial management at the University of Waterloo, Movember represents an opportunity to support his fellow man and to make a real difference.
Total funds raised this year so far are at about 450-ish, but that's going to climb significantly as we get further into the month. Usually I don't push too much until I've got the mo to go in to really kind of push for it.
Since 2003, the Movember Foundation has grown from 30 guys in Australia to include more than 5 million Mo Bros and Mo Sistas worldwide, raising over $800 million last year.
Testicular cancer survivor Ben Kopacki is grateful for the support and solidarity that this month brings to men's health initiatives.
Like, a lot of people do care and support this cause, and then you have people to talk to, and then people to seek information from.
Despite the undeniable success that Movember has been so far, it is still a relatively new foundation and is one that easily inspires justifiable optimism for the future.
I think the message is really, continue to fight.
For Spoke TV, I'm Adam Reinhart.
Grand River Hospital's Cancer Center expansion started this week. Spoke TV's Cassandra McNeil is on the scene.
Thanks, Christina. I'm here at the hospital to talk to staff about the expansion. Installing a 5th radiation treatment unit and a 2nd CT scanner are the newest phase in Ontario's $5.42 million investment in technology for the Cancer Center. Mark Carjaluto says that a growing community brings a growing need for expansion.
When the Cancer Center opened back in 2003, it allowed people to have care locally for any number of different types of cancer in terms of radiation therapy, which is typically provided in large centers that bring in from a large population area. As we expand here, we think that it'll allow us to do more complex and different types of treatment that will hopefully spare people the need to drive to London or Hamilton or Toronto.
The new equipment is projected to aid in helping about 400 more patients get treatment closer to home. Kathy Hofstetter hasn't had to travel for treatment, but knows that the wait times increase the fear that comes with cancer.
Every one of those machines, every one of those chairs is always occupied. There is never an empty chair, and it's a blessing, really, and a real benefit to the hospital and the patients, for sure.
Debbie Cox traveled to London to receive treatment for ovarian cancer because Grand River had the medication, but not the right doctor.
They decide to bring in some gynecologic oncologists to Grand River with the expansion, then I would have been able to go locally as opposed to driving to London and staying there for the week.
The hospital is expecting the construction to take about 20 weeks with an end date of summer 2017. Back to you.
Thanks, Cass. That's great news for the medical community. In other health news, backyard chicken coops have become a new norm in the region. We go to Justine Fraser, who takes a closer look at the health concerns of those residential chicken coops.
Thanks, Stefan. With the ban of backyard chickens being lifted in Kitchener, many are excited about the thought of becoming more sustainable, but may be unaware of some of the health risks.
An urban backyard chicken keeper has had chickens since she was young and never experienced any health problems from them. Her and her family are currently raising 3 chickens that they collect eggs from daily.
It's kind of a novel idea. Let's get some chickens. There is work involved. You have to keep it clean. You have to be organized. You have to be smart with how you clean up after it, because otherwise you will get sick, or you can make the chickens sick.
Steckel Heritage Farm has been raising chickens since it opened in 1833. This unique farm in the city provides plenty of space, indoor and outdoor, for chickens to run free. Krista Cressman works at the educational farm, teaching children about farm animals and how to care for them.
You're doing it probably for the reasons that you want, your source of ethically raised eggs. So you would want to make sure that you have a situation that is the healthiest possible for them, so that they have adequate space to engage in behaviors that are natural to a chicken.
Wiping off the eggs thoroughly before eating them will keep things like E. coli and salmonella from entering your body. The best way to prevent illness is to simply wash your hands. Anyone looking to purchase backyard chickens should continue to do research, as anyone with a low immune system is likely to develop an infection. But most say, as long as you stay clean, there's likely to be no problems. Back to you.
Weather has been dropping to colder temperatures, and dog walkers are feeling the chill. Spoke TV's Brittany Bordelon finds out how dog walkers are dealing with the cold.
The fluctuating weather has been a problem for one dog owner. Bianca Peluso of Guelph says she has trouble taking her 3 pups, Callie, Cody, and Vader, for walks due to the recent drastic changes in weather.
It's been tough to take them on walks. I mean, one day it's really hot, the next day it's freezing, and it's just been getting myself sick and then not wanting to take them for walks.
Bianca says she's used to taking the dogs on 2 20-minute walks per day, but with a colder than usual winter projected for the region this year, she's not sure how that will affect the dog's daily exercise. After a chilly weekend, the temperature for the remainder of the week is expected to once again reach double digits. For Spoke TV, I'm Brittany Bordelon.
Thanks, Britt. Now we go to Stefan with an in-depth look at the weather.
Environment Canada says it's snowing around the airport, but here on campus, there's no snow. Is Santa taking a vacation before Christmas? Currently, it's 13 degrees with a low of 5 and a 30% chance of showers. Let's check in on the 5-day forecast. Wednesday's looking a little gloomy with cloud cover all through the day, and we're looking at a high of 11 degrees with a low of 2 with a 40% chance of rain. Thursday starts to warm up a little bit and Mr. Sunshine begins to pop out. Thursday's high will be 14 degrees with a low of 5. Moving into Friday, the sun will still poke through with a high of 13 degrees, and come Friday night, when everyone's out getting their groove on, it'll drop to 8 degrees. Saturday drops down a few degrees and brings the gray clouds with it, with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 0. There's also a 40% chance of rain. Sunday is the coldest day of the next 5 days, with a high of +4 and a 60% chance of rain throughout the day.
Graduating Conestoga students need to consider what future employers might see on their social media pages. Justin Emanuel finds out how the college is helping to prepare its graduates.
Career Hub and Conestoga Students Inc. have partnered up on November 10th, bringing lots of fun activities to the atrium to help pull the importance of social media and career building to the public eye. According to Conestoga Students Inc., it's about getting the word out on making the best of your college life for the future.
We definitely don't get 100% of graduates doing grad photos, so in terms of that, sure, there's a bit of a gap, and it's always great to get that promotion and awareness out there so they have something to remember their college experience by and celebrate the accomplishment that they've made with that.
The manager of the event says that students today have a lot to navigate through when it comes to using social media in career building.
We would like to support students and give them guidance in how to engage in a social media kind of world, but do it in a way that will advance their employment opportunities.
While events like this can be fun, its true purpose is to really get people involved in thinking about what they're going to do after college. Just take the story of Zoe, who not only found employment with Career Hub themselves, but got help to figure out what she really wanted to do in life.
I realized the program wasn't for me. I didn't want to do that. So I was working here at the same time. So I met with one of the career advisors and we did a bunch of the personality inventories and stuff like that. And then kind of found a new career path for me from there.
For Spoke TV, I'm Justin Emanuel.
Thanks, Justin. Hey, Christina, are you using social media to get your name out there?
Actually, I am. I just recently started a LinkedIn page and am trying to connect with people from the industry. How about you, Steph?
I'm actually tweeting live from the scene when I'm doing stories and everything, and I'm trying to use that Facebook Live. That's actually pretty cool, right?
Nice. Yeah, it's a really good tool to use, I think.
Yeah, and speaking of social media, you can follow us on Twitter at Spoke TV or see our show online at spoketv.ca. Thanks for joining us this week. For Spoke TV, I'm Stefan Singh.
And I'm Christina Bruce.